The Traditional Summer Breakup by Floating Bubblesque. Chapter 2. Izuku was not faring well with the lack of Katsuki cuddles, and Katsuki seemed to be somehow worse off than he was. They were both irritated and fought more, and Katsuki's quirk went off easier because of the heat. The more that Izuku managed to avoid asking for cuddles, the clingier Katsuki got, even though they already talked about this. And when Katsuki initiated cuddles, everything got harder, because it took everything Izuku had to refuse Katsuki-initiated cuddles, just because they were just so rare. But he managed it, until it was just too much. "Kachan, we need to talk," Izuku sighed, pulling Katsuki under one of the Aldera stairwells. Katsuki furrowed his brows, a little suspicious already. Izuku licked his lips and fidgeted around a bit before continuing. "I think we should avoid seeing each other until the weather cools down." "What? Are you breaking up with me this time?" Katsuki looked absolutely heartbroken already. But at least he didn't just scream and run off, like how their other recent serious talk went. "No, I'm miserable, Kachan. It's so hot out, and when I'm around you, all I can think about is wanting to cuddle and hug you. But it's too hot for that, so just get depressed. And then, when you try to cuddle me, all that gets so much worse, and it's even harder to resist, and then I get angry on top of being sad," Izuku explained, trying to not sound as absolutely exhausted as he already was. "This sounds a lot like breaking up with me," Katsuki mumbled, looking anywhere but at Izuku. And he had a point. It did sound like breaking up. But it wasn't, because when summer ended, everything would be normal again. "It's not, because we'll get back together like normal when summer is over," Izuku said, taking Katsuki's hand in his and smiling softly. But Katsuki ripped his hand away and scowled. "If we have to get back together, that means we broke up," he insisted. And again, he had a point. Izuku pouted a bit and thought for a second. "Maybe, but I don't want to actually break up with you. I promise I'll wait for you, and we can be together in cooler weather, or anywhere there's good AC. "So, if I install AC at my house, we'll still be together at my house?" Katsuki asked tentatively, squinting suspiciously at Izuku. Izuku was aware that what he just offered as a solution was kind of ridiculous, but it was a solution. And honestly, the only way Katsuki seemed to understand "no cuddles" was by equating it to not dating, so maybe this would remedy that. "You know what? Yeah, exactly that," Izuku agreed. Katsuki frowned and scanned Izuku's face for something. "I'll order one today, and I'll make sure you don't forget that I love you when we aren't dating. It's still cheating if you date someone I don't like while waiting for me," he huffed. "Wait, no, we're supposed to avoid each other," Izuku glared, determined to put his foot down, and then he paused. "You'd let me date someone you like?" Katsuki was being expectedly clingy about the kind of not breakup. But him hinting at being open to polyamory was something Izuku never expected from him. Katsuki was pretty insecure when it came to believing he could be loved, which was why he was so paranoid about Izuku asking for space. Izuku was very aware of that, so being open to a second partner seemed out of character. "It's not fucking out of character." Damn it, he was mumbling again. "I don't like most people, so if I like someone, they've earned it. Someone like that wouldn't hurt you and wouldn't try to steal you away from me. They'd share properly. I fucking know you have an infinite amount of love to give, nerd. So you loving someone else won't take away from what you give me. I'm the only problem when it comes to what you give me," Katsuki explained. That made a little bit of sense, actually. Even if it was weirdly mature for Katsuki. He was always pretty self-deprecating when it came to his insecurities. When he liked someone, he never actually looked down on them, even if he did try to act like that with Izuku once. It was a good thing Izuku told his mom about it. Otherwise, Auntie would have never found out and Katsuki might still be trying to pull that shit. Who knows how long or how bad it would have gotten. Actually, Izuku wondered if Katsuki was open to polyamory because of something Auntie may have said to him. She was also surprisingly mature. But that wasn't the current problem. Izuku shook his head to clear his rambling thoughts and focus. I'll keep that in mind. But back to the point. When we aren't dating, we're avoiding each other. Got that? Izuku said, trying to be as firm as possible. I can't avoid you. You might forget me, Katsuki hissed, his hair somehow bristling up like a cat. I won't forget you, Kat-chan. Ugh, you're so frustrating. I just need space. Unless there's AC, Izuku groaned, rubbing his hand over his temples. He was starting to get a headache. I'll try, but I won't like it, and I'm getting AC for my house, he finally conceded, pouting. Thank you, and I know you won't like it. I'm sorry about that, Izuku answered. One more hug before hell starts, Katsuki pleaded, putting up his arms. Ugh, fine. Izuku accepted the hug, wrapping his arms around Katsuki, as arms wrapped around him. But then Katsuki wouldn't let go. Izuku was already sweating like crazy. He was already boiling. Kat-chan, let go! It's too hot! No, mine. Kat-chan! Katsuki kept him hug-trapped until the bell rang for class. As they parted to head to class, Izuku thought about what Katsuki said about getting ready for hell. He was obviously just being dramatic, right? Avoiding each other and being kind of not together wouldn't be so difficult or bad. He was really fucking wrong. So wrong. Katsuki continuously came up with plans to woo Izuku throughout the summer, even though they were still kind of dating, especially when Katsuki did actually set up AC in his family's house. Izuku was pretty sure that Katsuki was doing it out of spite, since they could cuddle all they wanted when Izuku visited. And as the summer went on, Katsuki came up with increasingly wilder plans, and it kind of became a game. A game where if Izuku lost, he'd melt from the summer heat, paired with cuddles from his personal space heater boyfriend. And while it did get his competitive side very riled up and excited, he was also kind of annoyed and exhausted at having to fight off Katsuki in so many ways, when he very much emotionally wanted him close. And even though Izuku should have learned that summer just how awful the idea was, he still insisted on it again the next summer, just because the alternative, straight up heat stroke, was worse. And after 3 straight summers like this, it became tradition. They learned to expect it. Katsuki and Izuku both prepared their plans and counterplans to win their traditional breakup kind of game, a few weeks before summer began, where Izuku loses if he breaks the rules he made about only dating with AC or cooler weather, and Katsuki loses if Izuku makes it through the summer without falling to his rare, practically summer-exclusive affections. And they knew this wouldn't change once they entered UA. Though they knew deep down this competitive tradition would only get worse. And that was the end of chapter 2. Thank you very much for listening. And again, thank you to Floating Bubblesque for letting me podfic this. Actually getting the chapter out the day after the last one like I said I would. I know, it's actually magic. But you really should go check out the link in the description and give the fic some kudos. It really does deserve it. Please do it. And anyways, have a very nice rest of your day.